the world turn its back on us, and now we can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like no.
Does this setting remind you of Jurassic Park, the Valley of Dinosaurs? If it does, then you are on the money. Today we are going to visit the famous Kualoa Ranch, a 400-acre private nature reserve and working cattle ranch on the island of Oahu. We plan to explore the famous Ka'aawa Valley, known as Hollywood's Hawaii Backlot, where over 200 Hollywood movies and TV shows have been filmed since the 1950s. We will hop aboard a vintage school bus and see where the movie Finding Ohana Scavenger Hunt was filmed, the Boneyard from Kong Skull Island, the Jumanji dance fight area, the ATV Hill from Mike and Dave, Godzilla's massive footprints, and several other filming locations. And if you're lucky, we might even see a filming in progress.
As Minister of Finance and the Minister of Foreign Affairs. As he becomes an entrusted friend, the King offers Dr. Judd this parsley here, which he purchased back in the year 1850 for a mere $1,300. Not a bad deal for 622 acres, right? The doctor and his son Charles Judd, along with his son-in-law Sam Wilder, wanted to develop the property. They ended up building the first sugar mill on the island of Oahu. This is the remains of this sugar mill, built back in 1863. It's made up of lava rock from the nearby mountain and crushed coal. Whenever there were cars driving on that highway, they had to stop them so that those planes could take off and land safely as well. It was just one of the procedures they had to follow. The airfield housed Lockheed P-38 Lightning II. So there are these bunkers here. There are about 15 of these military-style bunkers located here at Kualoa. The first structure that we will see is not one of the bunkers, but was attached to the military, actually attached to the airfield we talked about. This is where the control tower was located. Now there is no tower there, I know. It's been years. The tower has collapsed since, but what we do have is stairways. Appreciate that as well. This area has been used for filming. They filmed Pearl Harbor out here. They did Snakes on a Plane. They did any Lost fans here? The Lost fans. If you go inside here, this is the doorway to the Dharma Initiative.
Many working ranchers in Hawaii have turned to tourism to help sustain themselves, but no one has done it quite as successfully as Kualoa Ranch. If you're in search of a tour, there is nowhere that can match its variety, organization, and reputation. And while there are many movie locations to visit around Hawaii, no place can match the quality of Kualoa Ranch. For years, it has been considered one of the top attractions in Oahu, thanks to its beautiful scenery, professionalism, and Hollywood intrigue. We are now stopping at a historical World War II army bunker built entirely into the side of the mountain range. Here you'll find posters, props, and memorabilia from movies and TV shows filmed at Kualoa through the years, as well as some cool World War II artifacts and exhibits.
This military bunker turned movie set has a fascinating history. After the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, the United States military decided that they needed land on the windward side of Oahu to keep watch for future attacks. They rented land from the ranch and built an auxiliary airstrip and several bunkers and batteries to prevent Japanese planes from flying through the valley. The largest of the remaining bunkers, Battery Cooper, was built into the face of the cliff in 1943 and featured a 150-foot long concrete-lined tunnel leading to the gun positions. This is that tunnel.
Erusa, tumia saya. Sini masih tumai itu,
Today, however, the bunker serves a different purpose. It is used as a mini museum full of props, sets, and photographs from the films and television shows that have been shot at this breathtaking ranch. Though the bunker has received international recognition for its use as a filming location, perhaps most important was its use during a real-life crisis just recently. When the infamous false missile alarm was received on smartphones in January 2018, Kualoa Ranch employees as well as hundreds of guests and local residents took shelter within the walls of Battery Cooper, fearing a nuclear attack.
Oahu town to the rear of us. Road leading north, some very popular beaches, places like Sunset Beach, Bonsai Pipeline, Waimea Bay, all that direction up there. You know, a couple of years ago, I had a guest. He was looking for directions for a place called Pipalini. I'm like, look, what? He shows me on the map. It says Pipeline. But, yeah, I'm like, my brother getting too carried away with that Hawaiian language. You gotta slow down. Gotta slow down on the Lake highway. The local vibe. The local vibe is a freshwater pond system. This is it on the right side here. And when Uncle first worked here, all this was just overgrown. And it wasn't until recent that we started cutting down a lot of the invasive stuff and realized that this might have been a potential for a village many years ago. And we wanted to reconstruct everything, and we did. So we put our single occupancy hale. Everybody say hale. Your vehicle. Did they have cars? No, they had canoes. So this is a hale va'a. A va'a is a Hawaiian word for canoe. So this is where they would park their canoes. Close proximity. Usually these tributaries led out into the ocean, but within the interior, a lot calmer waters, a lot more. So when we cleaned up all this stuff here, of course, Hollywood said, "Hey, what's down there? We want to see what we can do down here." And they did some filming out here. They dragged this big gorilla named King Kong, and they put Samuel Jackson on top of that rock right there, and he's trying to get King Kong to get closer so he can blow him up. That was the scene there. Yeah. So the rock is made out of styrofoam. Multiply really well. This bird here is known as a ku'u. That's a Hawaiian black heron. They are endemic to Hawaii. Now all the little ripples that you see in there is all baby shrimp actually starting to come out. There's a lot. The fruit that we see on the right side is known as ulu, or breadfruit. Ulu was actually brought in by the Tahitians about the year 1100. And we call them breadfruit because if you cook it and you bake it, it's probably best to bake. It's very easy. Kaika, how are you, my brother? So, yeah, these guys are collecting ulu, and the ulu actually is kind of a flavor between a yam and a potato. So they call it breadfruit because when you put them in the oven and it finally cracks, all it has to do is one crack and you know it's cooked. But you open it up, it smells like a fresh baked loaf of baked bread. Yeah. And once you get that, it's kind of steaming on the inside. You dip it in butter. I'm sorry, I've had a moment. The set. After they got done filming, we tore it down. They said, well, let's use the wood. And we built ourselves a piggery. And this is the result of our manipulation with resourcefulness. And you see the guardrails? This come from the freeway. We didn't steal them, okay? But we made fences out of that. And the posts on the inside, signposts. But all of this stuff is actually recyclable material, and this is a deep litter system. We adopted this system. Jay Hernandez comes out here taking Tom Selleck's place in Magnum PI. This is another lost section here. This is Hurley's golf course. We talk a lot about a loss because loss gave us a lot of money. You know, each episode of Lost cost anywhere from $2.5 to $3 million. Wow. Ranch made a lot of money. Sad thing about that, never affected my pay one bit. Right? There's one back here, there's two more up ahead on the left side. Now, this one here is the one that Matthew Broderick stands in. Matthew Broderick says, I see it, I don't believe it. Why'd you guys bring me over here anyway? He says, I was standing in a very large footprint. What was that, right? And they said, well, it's Godzilla, so that whole area. The hill to the left side was used in Pearl Harbor. This is where the scout troops are up there, pointing a low-flying Japanese aircraft prior to them attacking Pearl Harbor. Exactly what they did to be undetected by radar. At the base of that hill, a prop left over from the film called Wind Talkers, Nicolas Cage, Christian Slade, Madam H. This whole area was a replay of the Battle of Saipan here. This one here was lost. This is where Richard Halper was having a flashback. And this section here was used in Hawaii Five-0. The episode featured the Hawaiian martial art of Lua. And Lua is a bone-breaking technique, dislocating joints and stuff like that. This is how the...
There have been many versions of the movie King Kong. One of the better-known versions is 2017's action-packed Kong Skull Island. Like the original, the movie takes place on Skull Island, a fictional prehistoric land in the Pacific. To bring to life the vast ancient jungle, the movie was extensively filmed against the lush and tropical backdrop of Kualoa Ranch. In the movie, the characters enter a foggy skeleton graveyard where they are ambushed by deadly monsters known as skull crawlers. In reality, this collection of skulls and bones could not sit in a more gorgeous setting. Located in the majestic Ka'aawa Valley, understandably nicknamed Jurassic Valley, it's a place where visitors can do some skull crawling of their own.
About common sense. And now we're stuck in the middle, so we climb the fence. It's like the world turned its back on us, and now we can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry, but you never can tell. All the lovers, we were diving for 2D, different colors that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers, hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers, we went down the wishing well.
This little cone-shaped lump of lava off Kualoa Point is officially called Mokoli, which means giant lizard. This historical island has a rich Hawaiian folklore that tells of a battle between a huge dragon and Hiaka, the sister of goddess Madam Peli. In the past, this island also earned the nickname Chinaman's Hat, likely from its resemblance to the straw hats that Chinese immigrants wore.
We can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry, but you never can tell. All the lovers we would.
The reef that is located in this turquoise water supports a variety of marine life, most of which are harmless to humans. But keep in mind, you may also spot a few hammerhead sharks around here.
We were diving for too deep, different color that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers, we went down the wishing well. I got you buried deep in the back of my head, 'cause you got all the answers on the tip of my tongue. You got a whole religion.
We hope you liked our video. Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. If you liked our video, please smash the like button. And if you loved our video, please consider subscribing to our channel and share this video. Until next time, keep exploring and keep growing.
That we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers, we went down the wishing well.